Hello. My name is Annie and today I'm doing my cash stuffing for the month of June. So I have $5,050 this month. Let's count it up. I have 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 3,750, 3,800, 900, $4,000. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, $5,000 and 20, 40, 50. So that's $5,050. Let's get that put out on a tray. Okay, so if you're new here, I use play money, Australian currency, to represent the money I have in my bank account. The reason why I stuff digitally is because I have an offset account, which is a home loan product here in Australia where rather than earning money every single month on interest that you keep for money you keep in the bank account, you actually save money by reducing the amount of interest that you owe to the bank on your home loan. So for every single dollar that you keep in your bank account, they will pretend that your bank loan is lower than that amount and work out your interest accordingly. Best of all, in Australia, offset money, because it is not technically money earned, it is money saved, is not taxable at all. So no tax on any money you keep in your bank account, which is a fantastic product for tax purposes. So we begin with my regular bills and sinking funds. So 2 taxes. The tax man has to get his money. He's getting $2,000. So I've got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 6,500, 600, 700. $6,700 in taxes. Now I just did pay my taxes, but it's end of financial year this month, so I will be busy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, and I'll condense this. 5,000. So again, 5,000, 6,000, 6,500, 600, 700 in taxes. We are getting a tax cut from July 1st. So, still to help with inflation, but I don't think any interest rate cuts are going to be happening until maybe end of 2025, if at all. So if you have a mortgage, I think we just continue to suffer. Extra superannuation payments, you're not getting anything, and I will be depositing all extra $8,000 into my super fund this month. Again, it reduces your taxable income. Bills and utilities, it's getting its regular $500 this month. So I have 1,500, 600, 700, $815. $1,815, which is reasonable for my bills. It's a nice amount to keep, but as I think everyone knows, everything's going up in price, isn't it? Council rates, I just paid this a few days ago, so it's getting $100. It's now got $110. Strata levy also was just paid. So this month, I'm only giving it $200. It has some leftover money in here already. So I have $100, $200, $300, $410. Medical will be getting skipped. Business will be getting $100. Again, end of financial year, I'll have to go see my accountant. So I've got $500, $600, $700. I have found that the end of financial year sales started very early. I think I started seeing them in May. And I know retail is down at the moment, but I'm not seeing good deals at all. I think everyone's cinching the belt a little bit, but at the same time, nothing is really worth buying. Savings. This is a mess. I'll have to deal with this one later. It is getting its regular $500. So I've got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $9,500, $10,000. It's getting emptied out. $10,000 for now. Emergency fund is unchanged at $15,000. Groceries and eating out, it's getting its regular $600 for the month. Splurge, it's getting its regular $200. Now, I did cut this dramatically from last year. I used to give myself $100 in just spending money every week. That's for eating out, buying clothes, all of that stuff, hobbies and things. But as I started to really rein in the budget as the interest rates went up, the mortgage repayments went up, I cut myself down to just $200 a month. And I feel like, I've gotten used to it now. I'm far more frugal than I was like this time last year and the year before. So, yeah, there are some things that I do want to buy, but I feel like I hesitate a lot more now. Like, I might wear clothes until they have a lot of holes in them. And yeah, I know that's like frugal, but yeah, I am buying new clothes. Just to replace things. But yeah. My style in the first place was largely really quality pieces. Like, I think, somebody made a comment about this at my birthday. I wore a jumper that is at least like 10 years old because I think someone dug out a photo of me wearing the same thing at a birthday party probably 8-9 years ago, and they were like, wow, you still fit into your clothes? I was like, well, I kind of have to. I spent a lot of money on these things a long time ago, and I'm too stubborn to go out and buy new clothes. So anyway, Splurge has $1,205. And since I got rid of the travel envelope and the getaway envelopes, Splurge now has to cover those kind of weekend getaways. Have to bank that up. Home and miscellaneous will be getting $100. So I have $100, $200, $300, and $45 in home and miscellaneous. So this covers, anything for the home, cleaning supplies, which do not come out of my grocery fund, by the way. It comes out of this envelope. Toiletries, I also got rid of that envelope a while back, and it just gets rolled into this one as well. One thing I found doing the envelope system was that I started off with, I think, too many envelopes. And while that works for some people, I like to condense as small as possible. So over the years, I have kind of thrown a few categories together. Things like subscriptions now go into my bills, and utilities actually was separate from bills. As you can see, it's bills and utilities now. And I roll all things into it, including water, gas, electricity, home insurance, internet, health insurance, those kind of things all get rolled into one, and phone. Family is getting $100. So 150, 60, 65. Gifts and hosting, another combined envelope. This one is only getting $50. So we've got 50, 115 in gifts and hosting. Overspending has its $100. Again, it's a buffer fund for if I go over in any of these categories. And it's getting skipped, and next month is getting $250. So this is like a buffer I like to keep because I'm self-employed, so my income does vary. I've got $1,500, $750, $2,000. Let me swap that one out. $2,000. And I will be fiddling with this one, I think. On to savings challenges. Now, this binder has taken a really big shellacking over the last year. Again, as part of my cost saving measures, just to reduce expenses. I consider this the fun kind of envelope, the binder, and the wants, not needs, kind of category. So this one constantly gets dipped into, and it is what it is. I think I'm going to be taking from this one too. So we begin with Scrimp and Save, which is my free savings challenge that I have. Shoot me an email if you would like a copy of this. So what I do for this challenge is I take my grocery and eating out money, which is $600 a month, and I deduct from that fund and I put it away in a separate bank account. So I've got my challenge box, and I think I'm gonna roll 3 dice. $6, $9, and $11. Okay, so minus 11, taking my month grocery and eating out total to $589 left, and 995 plus 11 is $34. So $34 in Scrimp and Save. New phone. I'm going to consider dipping into this one. Resist. I'm going to give this $100. So now I have $500, $600, $700, and I'm more than 1/3 of the way through. Again, I don't have high hopes and I'm going to finish this. I've been saying, I want a new phone for like 2 years now, and budgetary concerns. As long as this one doesn't die on me, fingers crossed. I don't think I'm going to splurge for a new phone. Never the Bride, weekend, and I say weekend, but it's like a 5-day getaway. A wedding I'm attending in a few months, it's getting $100. So I've got $500, $600, $700, $800, $900. I assume half of this is for the Airbnb. $900. Being an adult is getting $100. So I've got $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. And let me swap that one out. $500. Father's Day will be getting $20. So $20, $40, $50 already in Father's Day. And Christmas will be getting the last of the money, so $30. So now Christmas has 100, 20, 30, $130. Now, circling back to my savings, I'm going to empty this out. 2 reasons. I made an investment in my business a while back, and I again need to top up my business funds. So that happened. I did increase my workload at my business for the last few months, and I have made more money, which is great, but it is exhausting and time consuming for me. But I financially support my parents. So, and I do split these expenses with my siblings. But, everyone has expenses. So long story short, I'm giving my parents a lump sum of $10,000 on top of what I give them every month. I've already transferred some of that money over. I have money in multiple accounts, but I am short another $7,500. So I'm going to have to take it from here. So I've got $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $7,500 coming out, leaving me with $2,500, right? I don't like how low this is. This is a number that freaks me out. Given where my expenses are at the moment, I just feel like I need a bigger buffer. So what I'm going to do here is I've got $2,500 left. I'm going to dip into being an adult because part of being a grown-up is that you put your needs before your wants. And this $500, I'm just going to empty out completely. And I'm going to add it to this. So I've got $3,000. $3,000 in savings. Again, the number, that's not going to be enough for me. So I'm going to, again, dip, move things around, and I'm going to go into next month where I had $2,000. So $2,000 added together is $5,000. So let's do the crazy maths on that one. So $10,000 minus $7,500. I wish it was only $750. $7,500 gives me $2,500 plus the $500 from being an adult plus the $2,000. So I'm going to record this for my own needs. So shuffling things around, 2,500 goes in, 7,500 comes out, leaving me with $5,000. So $5,000 in savings, and we'll go from there. Start all over again. Obviously, I am fortunate enough to be in that financial position to be able to support my parents. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, this would have been so much easier before the rate rises. Yeah. And I do still have my emergency fund to lean on. So $5,000 in savings now. I have that $15,000 in my emergency fund, and I do actually want to talk about how I arrived at that number. I mentioned, I think, in my unstuffing video for May that I calculated all of my expenses, and with the mortgage where it's at, plus, you guys see that I put $500 a month in bills, and then I've got various things like council rates and strata levies. These are the non-negotiables, right? And if I only put in the minimum repayment on my mortgage, basically, plus these bills, it costs me $53,000 a year just to put a roof over my head. Yay, Sydney. And, I'm single, so it's just me paying these bills. So divided by 12, because I budget monthly, is $4,416. Now, as you can see, I give myself $600 a month for groceries and eating out. However, in my opinion, an emergency fund is when you have zero income. Yeah? You need to be able to cover, conventional wisdom supposedly says that 3 months of all expenses is your emergency fund. Some people think you need 6 months, and I'd love to try and boost this up to 6 months emergency. Emergencies, in my opinion, constitute things like if your fridge dies. Yeah? Like, what are you going to do? Not have a fridge? Like, then you're going to buy food every day. You need a fridge, and that's like $1,000, right? So, of course, these are unexpected expenses. If, your car dies and you need emergency repairs, it comes out of emergency fund, and that's not regular maintenance. And again, 3 full months of all expenses to cover would constitute, in my opinion, a good emergency fund. Now, mortgage plus bills is, roughly $4,416 a month for me. And that's minimum. Add in some food now, because groceries covers eating out as well. I reckon I could, if I had to just cut back to no eating out, no fun, it would be plus $450 a month. So taking me to $4,866. Then, you need things like household supplies, you also like toilet paper, dishwashing liquid, all of that fun stuff, and toiletries, right? Just to get by. Plus $50 for the month. And that's $4,916. Boosted up to the closest 100, and that's $5,000 a month. And times 3 gives me $15,000 for my emergency fund. So that's how I calculated that number there. Anyway, I hope that all made sense to you. It's a bit messed up, but I have to balance my books all the time, right? And if you're a regular of this channel, you know how often I shuffle things around. I am resisting the desire to empty out that phone fund again. Let's try and get that up to $1,000 before I empty that out, okay? But this channel is not about fun and savings challenges. Oh, how I envy all of you guys on YouTube who do all the fun savings challenges. This is about boring but important financial fiscal responsibility. Yeah. I wish I could be fun. But I like money more. So I hope you've all been well, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.